Stamford Bridge is a football stadium in Fulham, adjacent to the borough of Chelsea in southwest London. Commonly referred to as the Bridge, it is the home of Chelsea Football Club, which competes in the Premier League, the highest division of English football. The capacity of the stadium is 40,834, making it the ninth largest venue of the 2019-20 Premier League season. The club had plans to expand capacity to 60,000 by the 2023-24 season. Opened in 1877, the stadium was used by the London Athletic Club until 1905, when new owner Gus Mears founded Chelsea Football Club to occupy the ground. Chelsea have played their home games there ever since. It has undergone major changes over the years, most recently in the 1990s when it was renovated into a modern, all-seater stadium. Stamford Bridge has been a venue for England international matches, FA Cup finals, FA Cup semi-finals and Charity Shield games. It has also hosted numerous other sports, such as cricket, rugby union, speedway, greyhound racing, baseball and American football. The stadium's highest official attendance is 82,905. For a league match between Chelsea and Arsenal on the 12th of October 1935. Stamford Bridge is considered to be a derivative of Samford's Brygge, meaning the bridge at the sandy ford. 18th century maps show a Stamford Creek running along the route of what is now a railway line at the back of the East Stand as a tributary of the Thames. The upper reaches of this tributary have been known as Billingswell Ditch, Pools Creek and Counters Creek. In medieval times the creek was known as Billingwell Dyche, derived from Billings Spring or stream. It formed the boundary between the parishes of Kensington and Fulham. By the 18th century the creek had become known as Counters Creek, which is the name it has retained since. The stream had two local bridges, Stamford Bridge on the Fulham Road and Stanbridge on the King's Road, now known as Stanley Bridge. The existing Stamford Bridge was built of brick in 1860 to 1862 and since been partly reconstructed. Stamford Bridge opened in 1877 as a home for the London Athletic Club and was used almost exclusively for that purpose until 1904, when the lease was acquired by brothers Gus and Joseph Mears, who wanted to stage high-profile professional football matches there. However, previous to this, in 1898, Stamford Bridge played host to the World Championship of Shinty between Bewley Shinty Club and London Kamanachar. Stamford Bridge was built close to Lillie Bridge, an older sports ground which had hosted the 1873 FA Cup final and the first ever amateur boxing matches. It was initially offered to Fulham Football Club, but they turned it down for financial reasons. After considering the sale of the land to the Great Western Railway Company, the Mears decided to found their own football club, Chelsea, to occupy the ground as a rival to Fulham. Noted football ground architect Archibald Leach, who had also designed Ibrox, Celtic Park, Craven Cottage and Hampden Park, was hired to construct the stadium. In its early days, Stamford Bridge Stadium was served by a small railway station, Chelsea and Fulham Railway Station, which was later closed after World War II bombing. Stamford Bridge had an official capacity of around 100,000, making it the second largest ground in England after Crystal Palace. It was used as the FA Cup final venue. As originally constructed, Stamford Bridge was an athletics track and the pitch was initially located in the middle of the running track. This meant that spectators were separated from the field of play on all sides by the width of running track and, on the north and south sides, the separation was particularly large because the long sides of the running track considerably exceeded the length of the football pitch. The stadium had a single stand for 5,000 spectators on the east side. Designed by Archibald Leach, it was an exact replica of the Stevenage Road stand he had previously built at the redeveloped Craven Cottage. The other sides were all open in a vast bowl and thousands of tons of material excavated from the building of the Piccadilly line provided high terracing for standing spectators exposed to the elements on the west side. In 1945, Stamford Bridge staged one of the most notable matches in its history. Soviet side FC Dynamo Moscow were invited to tour the United Kingdom at the end of the Second World War and Chelsea were the first side they faced. An estimated crowd of over 100,000 crammed into Stamford Bridge to watch an exciting 3-3 draw. with many spectators on the dog track and on top of the stands. In the early 1970s, the club's owners embarked on an ambitious project to renovate Stamford Bridge. However, the cost of building the East Stand escalated out of control after shortages of materials in a builders' strike, and the remainder of the ground remained untouched. The new East Stand was finished, but most of the running tracks remained, and the new